Hello everybody and welcome to this very first Attack on Titan tribute game tutorials video. Basically I'm going to be revamping a couple of these videos, mainly because, some of this information is a bit outdated now, and with the introduction of, Feng's own tutorials in-game, I kind of wanted to state the focus and the purpose of this tutorial series in the first place. So basically, as you guys can see, Feng's tutorials are actually really basic. They're basic to the extent that they're almost useless. They don't even teach you about having to use gas properly. You can just use your hooks in a very basic manner without ever learning the actual depth and complexity that is present in the 3DMG of this game. And also, once you get to actually killing the Titans, there's no proper tutorials on that part either. It's just a very basic, it just puts you into an arena with a Titan and it's like, oh, okay, I guess we have to kill this now. And it's just not very well designed, and it's too basic to be of any use to, a prospective soldier. Now, hopefully Feng updates this, but until that happens, there isn't a real proper tutorials available for the game. So basically, this series aims to counter that fact and aid you guys in becoming better soldiers, much better soldiers, than you otherwise would have been. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this series. Tutorials number 1 is going to be like last time before the revamp. It's going to be about the characters. So yeah, we'll get straight into it. So we've got 8 characters in game right now. We have Mikasa, Levi, Armin, Marco, Jiang, Eren, Petra and Sasha, and basically they've all got their own unique specials, which I'm going to go through right now. But yeah, Mikasa's special, if we quickly go into the forest map, is basically, regardless of what previous momentum she had, she loses it all completely by falling straight down. Levi's special is called the Levicopter, and this should be pretty famous, or at least recognizable from the anime. It's basically you shoot a hook and then you spin around like the cool Braus that Levi is. Our next character is Armin, and Armin's special is actually kind of cool and interesting because basically what you can do is, if the Titan is within 50 range of you, then you can dance and you can make him laugh, which is useful and interesting and kind of funny at the same time. Next character is Marco, and if you guys have been watching my videos, I guess, then you guys should know that Marco is my favorite character to play in-game. There's a lot of reasons behind that choice, but I won't go over those right now. But Marco's special, which you won't actually be able to tell very well in single player, but his special is to aggro any Titans within 120 distance. So basically, if there's a Titan that's just walking around and has an aggro onto me, if I get it within 120 range, I can basically wave around and get its attention. Marco's special actually has 2 different animations. One is where he waves with one hand, just like that. The other one is where he chicken flaps, kind of like that, with both arms, and yeah. Those are Marco's 2 animations. He's the only person, as far as I know, with a special that has 2 animations, so a bit of a cool Attack on Titan trivia there, I guess. Our next character is Jiang. Now, Jiang's special is the only one that doesn't trigger when you want it to, as in, it doesn't trigger by itself. There needs to be certain prerequisites for it. So basically, when you right click using Jiang's special, it just attacks, and it's like, okay, well, so much for a cool special. Jiang's actual special is basically, if you get grabbed, yeah, you're like, oh my god, whatever shall I do? Well, if you're Jiang, you can slice out, and the Titan gets stuck in its animation, and you can get behind him and kill him like that. Okay, so Eren's special is actually some pretty cool stuff, mainly because there's 2 different versions of it. Okay, Eren has 2 different specials, and it completely depends on what sort of map you're playing. So in a PvE environment, which is mainly single player and forest waves, right, where your only enemy is going to be AI controlled Titans, Eren's special has a 2-minute cooldown, and it's a pretty cool special. If you guys have seen the anime, then you should probably know what it is, or at least guess with some degree of certainty. But yeah, it's got a really long cooldown, and I guess Feng was trying to just balance the game in multiplayer and all that. But in multiplayer and just between characters, you don't want everyone to be playing as Eren because it's a pretty OP special. But yeah, as soon as you have 2 minutes on your cooldown, you can right click to turn into a Titan. and that's a that's a pretty cool a pretty cool special, as it were. You can actually die when you're playing as Eren Titan, and basically you've got 30 seconds to do as much as you can. I'm just going to kill all the crawlers because screw crawlers, they're the worst. Speaking of which, killing crawlers is episode 6 of this series, so yeah, if you're interested in killing crawlers with more efficiency, then definitely check that out as well. But yeah, that's Eren's special when you're playing on single player, as well as Forest Waves. And if you want to play it more permanently, there's also Titan Eren mode, where you just go into the game and you're already playing as Titan Eren. There you go, graphic head destroying punches there. If you're not into bloody stuff, then I guess Eren's special isn't really for you. But yeah, I guess, you know, it's cartoon blood and all that. There's not much that could possibly frighten you into not playing as Eren Titan. But if you're playing in a multiplayer game, and especially if you're playing in City or in Forest, where players can also play as Titans, then Eren's special actually changes into something completely different, okay? We actually get a very, very different special, and it looks something like this. There you go. It's nice and fancy, it looks pretty cool. And it's not actually Eren's special to begin with, it was just given to him because on a PvP map there's of course a very different dynamic regarding being able to play as Titan, because no longer is Eren the sole Titan player. There's also a whole host of people that actually wants humanity to die. So for the sake of balance, I guess Feng completely changed Eren's special for PvP maps, which is of course good because it just means that he's, you know, he's been considerate of how his game actually plays in real life, which a lot of developers sometimes forget to do. So there you go. That's Eren's multiplayer special, which is exactly the same as Petra's single player special, and just, well, special in general, I guess. Here you go. You're flying around and finally we get to play as Sasha, whose special is kind of weird but pretty awesome at the same time, and I like to call it Steroid Potatoes, because what she does is basically there's a 20-second cooldown, double that of Marco's, I guess, and basically once the cooldown's over, for 10 seconds, you eat a potato and you get super speed, and it's actually kind of useful to gain speed. If you eat the potato and then you just jump into the air, then you actually get a lot of speed from that, and basically you change the way your trajectory works and all that kind of cool stuff. So also it's good for getting out of sticky situations really quickly. So yeah, I guess there's two different ways that you can use her special effectively. You can use it in an offensive way, or you can use it in a defensive way, which is of course good because it, you know, it shifts depending on how the player wants to use it. So the player themselves basically has a lot of personal choice on the matter, which is of course, you know, some pretty good design. The other cool thing about Sasha's special, which I will be talking about in another tutorials video, is you can actually eat it. Here you go. You can eat it, and for 10 seconds you can actually outrun a crawler like a Braus. There you go. Come at me, crawler. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Oh, you can't go. Balls. My speed ran out. There you go. Yeah, okay. That's a nice and easy way to kill a crawler. Which again, if you want to go into video number 6, I believe, on this series, it should be very well described to you how to do precisely that method in order to kill a Titan. Anyway, that's enough rambling. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to say on this video. Like I said, I will be going over the character stats on the next video, which should be coming pretty soon. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, share with your friends and anyone else who you think will enjoy it. Comment, ask questions, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.